Greetings, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to 31 Days to Business Startup. Welcome, family, to day 19. And we're going to be talking about financing your business. And I'm just going to start off by telling you my little sad story. When I started off my business, I feel like I've started lots of different businesses. I am a forever entrepreneur, and I've had a lot of businesses fail, and I've now had several businesses that have done quite well. However, I will say this. For example, with Coming Out Black, I remember when I first really got serious about it, I didn't look outside of myself for financing. What I did was I spent a good year spending money, my own money, on things that I needed as relates to the business. And so, each month I just would like say, okay, I made a list of all the things that I wanted for my business, whether it was a new computer, a new microphone, software, website, certain services, certain apps, certain whatever, or training or coaching or whatever it is I felt like I needed. I made a big list. And then every month, I said, okay, this is the amount of money I can spend on my business. And then I purchased those things that were in alignment with that amount of money. And by the end of the year, I pretty much had my business solidly together, without having to go outside of myself for funding, which felt good because I didn't want to have to worry about debt. As you guys know, I'm a bean counter I'm professionally for a living. I'm the money manager person. And so I'm all about, never living beyond your means. And so that was my way of doing it. However, you can do it however you want to. And today I'm just going to talk about several different ways you can finance your business. So feel free to do it however you need to do it, however it works for you. So some ideas that I have for you are you can get a loan. You can get a loan from the bank. You could try the Small Business Association and get a loan, or you can get what they call microloans. And those microloans are sometimes you can get those loans from a little bit of anybody, including the bank, and they're just small loans. I think online you can get like micro loans nowadays. And so they're a small amount of money, and so they'll help you get started, and then you can pay it back relatively quickly. And so, and then you just don't have a lot of debt, and I'm anti-debt, really, I am. So if you want to know anything about me, I'm all about um, not living beyond your means and not being overly in debt. But if you need a loan to start your business, then by all means, you should make sure you look into those options and make that happen. Or some people, I do not recommend this, not even a little bit, but some people use a credit card to finance their business. And I, okay, you know what? I'm gonna move on to the next thing because I feel myself going somewhere I don't want to go. Another idea I have on my list, which actually are things that I really don't recommend, is tapping into your 401k. Oh, I see this all the time. People tapping into their 401ks, and oh man, it just breaks my heart. I mean, I get that you have a great business ideal and you figure you make the investment now and then you'll pay yourself back later, but I feel like 401k money is, well, like I said, if you're trying to find a way to finance your business, this is a potential way, although I don't recommend it in the least bit. A way I do recommend is crowdfunding. Kickstarter. If you guys are familiar with Kickstarter and all those other kind of entrepreneurial fundraising mechanisms online, I really highly recommend that because what ends up happening is that what's really exciting about crowdfunding, and I'm thinking about doing a crowdfunding campaign myself, is that you get to rally people around your business and then they are making an investment in you, which feels like amazing and feels really great. And more importantly, you don't have to pay that money back. But you also give them something in exchange, but you give them something that you can easily provide without it being overly complicated or being too much for you. You can give them exactly. Sometimes people just send like a picture of themselves or a tchotchke from their business. It doesn't have to be a lot. And crowdsourcing really just gives you an opportunity to create community around your business. And that's like, not only is it just crowdsourcing, and not only is it ability to make money, but it's almost marketing and advertising all at once. So if you could do some crowdsourcing, and if your business lends itself to that kind of um, rallying of people around your mission and what it is you do, then by all means, do some crowdsourcing. That's awesome. I love when people do crowdsourcing. The other thing you could do is pledge your future earnings. And I guess when I was talking about my own personal experience, where I spent a year using kind of what I call my disposable income to pay for things that as it relates to my business, I was pledging my future earnings. And so that's a good way, because at the same time, you're not spending money you don't have. You're just spending it when you have it. And I'm all for like spending within your means, honey, always. The other thing you could do is attract an angel investor. I have been approached by a couple of people about investing in my company, and while I'm honored, I just feel like right now I want to do this myself and see how far I can go. And I told them that if I get to a point where I really feel like I need something outside of myself to help me with my business, then I will come back to them. But angel investors are really great because they're giving money to your business. They may or may not want a return. And also, they're usually silent investors, meaning that they're not going to be a part of the decision making process. They're not going to tell you what to do with your business. They're what we call angels, and they're making an investment. But make sure you get all that stuff legally documented, because sometimes angel investor situations can go awry. But for the most part, it's usually a good thing. So, no worries. The other thing you could do is just raise money. A lot of people do this. They go to their family, their friends, their neighbors, people they know at church, whatever, and they raise money for their business. And again, it's one of those mechanisms where you ain't got to pay nobody back. So it's awesome. And again, it's almost like crowdfunding. You're just rallying people around you and around your business, and you're getting the funds, and you're getting everything you need to start your business. So that's really awesome and really great. There are some grants out there. They're very few and far in between, but the Small Business Administration does have grants for small, and there's also what I call startup grants for small businesses. A lot of times they're tech businesses, but if you do a little research, you might be able to find a grant. And especially if you're doing a nonprofit organization, you're going to always be looking for grants to support, your overall organizational or business goals. The other thing you could do, depending on the nature of your business, especially if you're selling a product, is you could do advance orders. I see this all the time where somebody will kind of be hustling, and then they will get like 10 different clients, and each one commit to so many of the product in advance, and then they get maybe a cut of the money that is owed to them, and then they're able to kind of produce the product and then distribute it. So doing advanced orders is definitely a way to kind of generate some pre-income so that you can get your business up and started. The other thing you can do is you can do something on the side, do another business. One of the things that did happen for me at one point in time is that I do have another kind of online business, and that I did use some of those revenue that I made in that business for Coming Out Black, because it was my side business, and it helped to support my Coming Out Black business. So using your side business is definitely a good way to generate money for your business. The other thing, I don't highly recommend this. This is another one of those that I'm a little shaky on, but I know people do all the time, is that you can sell some of your assets. People sell cars, people sell homes, people sell jewelry, people sell all the expensive things that are sitting around their house that they don't really need, and they use that money to start their business. Yeah, I mean, it's an option. It's not so much I don't recommend it. I just I just hope you don't sell anything that you later on will really need. Or I guess really for me, when I'm thinking about selling an asset, I'm like, um, what's the risk involved? What's the liability? So that's why I'm a little kind of apprehensive and feeling a little shaky about making this recommendation. One of the last things I put on my list here is you could find a venture capitalist. And this is somebody who has money and they want to invest it in a business. And usually they become your business partner. They may or may not be a part of the decision making process, but I can tell you right now, venture capitalists wants a return on their money. So again, these are kind of partnerships that you want to enter into cautiously. Make sure that you are protected legally with documentation and signed agreements. But people do well with venture capitalists. I mean, that's what they're there for. They're there to fund businesses, and that's what they want to do. And they know the risk involved, and they're willing to make that investment.
Okay, fam, I hope you got a little something out of this. Be sure to visit me on my website at charlottefixmybiz.com. Oh yeah, and coming soon is my business academy. Now that's where I will provide you with step-by-step training to grow your email list, help you create a sales system to help you increase your sales and profits, and also to do it in a way that feels authentic and focused on top-notch customer service. All right, now take care, fam. Wishing you nothing but peace and prosperity. I'll see you next time.